We check on the prices of some basic commodities as the holiday season draws near. Another Filipino is confirmed dead in the crossfire between Israel and Hamas. And President Marcos makes it clear there's no stopping the Maharlika Investment Fund from coming to pass. Fast, focused, and fearless, here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Denise Tan. Prices of egg increased in markets due to lower supply. Reduced production is being blamed on recent typhoons and the bird flu. The Philippine Egg Board said the upcoming holiday season is also contributing to the price hike. According to the Agriculture Department's monitoring, eggs now sell for 7 to 8 pesos and 50 centavos from 6 to 8.50 per piece in September. That's a 30 peso increase for a tray of eggs. The DA is now coordinating with layer farms to ramp up supply. Still on the food front, sugar planters have been getting the short end of the stick in the industry as traders scrimped in buying local supplies. To address this, the Sugar Regulatory Administration is calling on planters to form block farms. Shaila Francisco has this story.
Barely 1,300 pesos for every month of grueling hard work. That's basically the profit of Jo Marie, one of the thousands of sugar planters who just received their checks at La Carlota, Negros Occidental after putting up their produced sugar for bidding. More than 66,000 pesos of barely 80,000 peso gross sales would go to paying loans he used to produce sugarcane last year. All that would be left as a little over 12,800 pesos for 10 months of work. That's equivalent to a monthly income of 1,200 pesos for a family with 4 kids, and not even enough to buy half a sack of sugar.
Umasa kami na makabawi kami sa ining taon, pero yun lang ang matanggap, walang magawa. Hanap naman ulit ng mautangan para pang Pasko. Lugi ang ang produkto. Tapos mababa ang presyo ng kalamay, hindi kami makakaraos.
Amid the influx of cheaper imports, traders have been buying locally produced sugar at lower prices. During the last bidding, traders bid 200 pesos lower than the floor price or price set by planters. The Sugar Regulatory Administration admits they cannot intervene in marketing and pricing of sugar. However, what they can do is regulate supply and assist in production. This is why the SRA encourages sugar planters to establish block farms. Small planters can group together and form at least a 30-hectare block farm where the SRA can distribute irrigation systems, machineries, as well as fertilizers faster.
Yung problema doon, if hindi sila organized, ibibigay mo, let's say, to an LGU or to a MDDC or any organization, nag-aagawan po yung farmer sa equipment. Pag 30 hectares sila, nakaschedule yan. 1 hectare per day yung gagawin nila, so 30 days, tapos na sila, sariling traktora. Pero pag yung isang traktora isi-share ng sobrang dami, mag-aagawan sila.
Giselle says her family joined the block farm in Negros Occidental in 2017. She says they have since been earning more than 15,000 pesos a month due to lower production costs with assistance from the SRA.
Kung individual kami ngayon, puro kami utang, wala na yung lupa sa amin. Hindi, nasa iba na. Kasi wala ka naman pagkuhanan ng panggastos mo.
Aside from higher income, block farming can also increase production by up to 10,500 metric tons. A timely solution, as the SRA estimates that severe El Nino could cost up to 277,500 metric tons of production by mid-2024. That's equivalent to a month and a half supply.
Yung sinasabi nila kasing severe El Nino, is forecasted at November to January. Meron ka pang sugarcane kasi na growing stage nung November to January na i-harvest mo sana sa March. So yun yung matatamaan, doon tayo magdadrop.
There are currently 10,000 hectares out of the 400,000 hectares of sugarcane farms in the country engaged in block farms. The SRA aims to increase this with additional budget next year. Shaila Francisco, WR1 News.
We're bringing you more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. Thanks for staying with us here on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. President Bongbong Marcos clarified that the Maharlika Investment Fund will go on as planned this year. Marcos Jr. said the implementation of the MIF is merely postponed so it can be improved. He also denied that the suspension had something to do with concerns that Land Bank and DBP will fall short of their capital requirements after funding Maharlika.
The concept of the Maharlika Fund as a sovereign fund or an investment fund, the concept remains a good one. And we are still committed to having it operational before the end of the year. So we should not misinterpret what we have done as somehow a judgment on the rightness or wrongness of the Maharlika Fund. On the contrary, we are just finding ways to make it as close to perfect and ideal as possible.
The president is in Saudi Arabia today for the ASEAN Gulf Cooperation Council Summit. While it's not clear if he will promote the MIF there as originally planned, the chief executive said the summit is indispensable.
This is the first interaction between ASEAN and the GCC, both of whom are very vibrant regions in terms of economic development for the globe. And that is why the Philippines needs to be part of that discussion. This summit will serve as an important platform for the Philippines to highlight the need for cooperation in energy and food security, logistics, supply chains, digital information, the free flow of goods, people, and services, as well as the enhancement and protection of the rights, of course, of our overseas workers.
We now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Vice Admiral Ronnie Gavan is the next commandant of the Philippine Coast Guard. He will be replacing Admiral Artemio Abu, who is retiring soon. Transportation Chief Jaime Bautista expressed confidence that Gavan will continue to uphold maritime security and safety in the country's exclusive economic zones. Close to 250 barangays nationwide have been placed on red category or under the control of the Commission on Elections. The red category is raised in areas with serious or grave security threats and a history of election-related incidents. The list of hotspots could still grow in the lead-up to the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. The BSKE campaign period has officially kicked off today and will last until October 28. The local election is happening on October 30th. One agriculture group is batting for the reimposition of the price cap for well-milled rice. The Samahang Industriya ng Agrikultura or SINAG says this should be done to preempt artificial increases in retail prices of rice. President Bongbong Marcos, who's also the concurrent Agriculture Secretary, recently lifted the rice price ceiling after almost a month of effectivity. The harvest season has begun, which means more supply of the staple. Pinoy Pawn star SOS Toyo addressed the controversy surrounding his latest vlog that mentioned the late master rapper Francis Magalona. Boss Toyo told 1PH that he tried contacting FrancisM's wife, Pia Magalona, before he uploaded the episode. However, he said he did not receive a response. In the vlog released on October 17, a certain Abigail Rait sold a jersey supposedly worn by FrancisM to the influencer. Somewhere in the conversation, Rait mentioned an affair and introduced a young woman as her love child with the departed rap icon. Boss Toyo bought the jersey memorabilia for 500,000 pesos.
Wala pa akong idea na merong ganon. Kasi idol natin si Sir Francis, so nagulat po tayo. Inisip ko pa nga kung talagang i-upload ko siya or what eh. Sa video ma'am, wala naman po kaming mga tanungan ng mga chismisan or something na mag-worst yung mga topic. Talagang nandun lang po kami kung ano po yung binibenta. Wala rin naman silang ibang kinuwento.
One News Now will be back tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News, all sides, all the time.